On a summer day, June 22, 1944, a simple act of signing a piece of paper would chart a new course for the American century. In the White House, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, legislators, military figures put his pen to the Servicemen's Readjustment Act. This was not just another law. It was a profound promise to the millions of men and women serving in the crucible of the Second World War. Known more commonly and affectionately as the GI Bill of Rights, it was a forward-looking vision, conceived even as Allied forces were still fighting on the beaches of Normandy, just weeks after the D-Day landings. It sought to answer a question that weighed heavily on the nation's conscience. What would become of our soldiers when they finally came home? The photograph of that moment is now iconic, a quiet yet powerful image that speaks volumes. Among the most transformative provisions of the GI Bill was the support it offered for education. For countless generations before, higher education had been a privilege reserved for the wealthy. The bill dramatically democratized this landscape. It provided tuition payments fees, a living stipend, for veterans who wished to attend college, university, vocational training programs. Suddenly, young men and women from farms, factory towns, working-class neighborhoods saw a path to a future they had never imagined possible. This influx of new students, mature and motivated by their wartime experiences, flooded onto campuses across the country. The impact on colleges and universities was immediate and immense. Institutions that were once small, elite enclaves had to expand rapidly, building new classrooms, dormitories, laboratories. By 1947, veterans accounted for nearly half of all college admissions in the United States. This mass enrollment not only expanded physical campuses, but also diversified their student bodies, bringing a new level of seriousness and worldly experience to academic life. The bill effectively created a new, highly educated workforce that would go on to fuel the scientific, technological, economic boom of the post-war era, a direct return on the nation's investment. While education and housing were cornerstones, another vital component aimed to foster economic independence through entrepreneurship. The law included provisions for low-interest loans to help veterans start their own businesses or farms. This was a crucial tool for those who did not wish to pursue a college degree or work for a large company. It empowered returning service members to become their own bosses, to take a calculated risk on an idea, and to build something of their own from the ground up. This benefit was a direct investment in the spirit of American ingenuity, providing the seed capital for a new generation of small business owners. All across the country, veterans used these loans to open gas stations, repair shops, diners, and countless other small enterprises. These new businesses provided a livelihood for the veteran and their family, and created jobs for others in the community. It was a grassroots economic stimulus package that helped the nation transition from a wartime production footing to a consumer-driven peacetime economy. The sight of a veteran-owned sign hanging in a shop window became a common and respected symbol representing a personal story of service, resilience, and entrepreneurial drive. The cumulative effect of the GI Bill's provisions was nothing short of revolutionary. It served as the primary engine for the creation of a broad and prosperous American middle class. By sending a generation to college, it produced a highly skilled workforce of engineers, doctors, teachers, scientists who drove innovation and progress. By making home ownership widely accessible, it gave millions of families a tangible stake in the nation's prosperity and a foundation upon which to build wealth. The law fundamentally reshaped the social and economic topography of the United States, cementing a new standard of living and a new set of expectations for future generations. However, the legacy of the GI Bill is also a complicated one, as its promise of opportunity was not delivered equally to all who served. While the law was federally mandated, its benefits were administered at the local level, where discriminatory practices often prevailed. In many parts of the country, particularly in the segregated South, Black veterans were systematically denied access to the bill's full advantages. Banks refused them mortgages for homes in desirable suburban neighborhoods, and many colleges and universities maintained segregationist admission policies, effectively barring them from the educational opportunities afforded to their white counterparts. This inequitable application of the law had profound and lasting consequences. It exacerbated the existing racial wealth gap and limited the upward mobility of countless black families who had served their country with honor. The very same bill that helped build the white middle class simultaneously reinforced the structures of racial inequality.